Hi guys, this is Ratcat. So ML350 2006 model W164. Cheap Chinese grill, and the LED star has stopped working. I've checked the voltage and it's fine. So I'm going to take off the star. Oh, I'm getting a flash and the chrome is blinding the camera. So I'm going to try and get the star off. It's not clipped on. I think there is glue holding the chrome bit on. I can see some sort of glue. I'm going to have to use a hacksaw blade to try and remove it. So let me try that first, and then we can pull it apart and see if we can see why the LEDs have stopped working. So as you can see, I've got aftermarket LED lights, which look great, I reckon. I've had them for quite a while now and I'm quite happy with them. They're not super bright, but I don't drive a lot at night. That rhymes. But my theory was correct. So what's happening is I'm using a hacksaw blade and I am going in there like that, and I'm hacking off the cheap resin they used to hold this on. So I'm almost there, but I can't hold the camera and do this at the same time. So, but that's what I am doing, and it's working. So you need a hacksaw blade like this all the way around. So let's finish this off and we'll take it to the next step. Okay, so I was right. The chrome star bit just had bits of glue around the edge, which I cut off from with the hacksaw blade. Now, what I've got left is the actual LED piece, which it's got some sort of wax in there. I don't know if I can get that out, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this. By the way, this was just sitting in here. It was just sitting there, really. The actual chrome piece was holding it in. This wasn't glued or anything. So I'm going to take this out and I'm going to apply 12 volts a different way to see if it does illuminate. But by the look of it, it just has the one LED in the middle, I think. I should be able to replace that. Anyway, let's see what happens, shall we? I'll pull it out first and then I'll test it. Okay, so this is a good battery, as you can see. I've connected it up and I've tried both. Anyway, I've plugged both of these in. These are both connected to the negative and positive terminals, as you can see. Little bit of an experiment. Connect that on there, that's connected on, and I plugged both into here, one in there and one in there. Nothing, no light whatsoever. So this is definitely faulty. So whether I'm going to try and replace the LED or anyway, I might have an LED floating around, something I can glue in there. We'll see what we can do with that. Okay, so I was able to get this piece out from inside there. It wasn't glued in, but it does have this kind of rubbery, waxy stuff. So I'm going to try and just carve it off. But I'm thinking it's probably a capacitor or something. I don't know that I'm going to be able to repair it, but we'll see. We'll gouge it all out and see what happens. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely a circuit board in there. Looks like there's an IC chip, a couple of capacitors, surface mounted fuses and stuff. I wouldn't know how to repair that, so I'm not going to bother. I might somehow I'm going to try and get just a 12 volt LED globe and mount it in there, and that'll be good enough, I think. Maybe, I don't know. So I found these little LED lights in my shed. They're pretty bright. So I think I'll solder them onto the wire. They'll fit just inside that little triangle shape. And I know how to pull it apart now, so that's fine. But I think this other one's actually brighter. So I don't know. And the other good thing is they're not polarity sensitive. Doesn't matter which way you put them around. So we'll see how they go. But I bet you I know what's going to happen next. When I solder them in and when I put it back together in the car, I'm going to get an error message. You know that error message you get when your lights don't have the ballast or whatever. You might have to put a resistor in line or something. But we'll see how we go. So what do you reckon, guys? Do you reckon this is going to work? That's my soldering job. I think it looks pretty good. The solder took pretty well. I don't know, that's a bit out of focus, I know, but I will plug it into the other end, into the plug, and I bet you I get the error message on the dash. Let's find out, shall we? Okay, we have light. Wonder how hot that's going to get. We'll soon find out. Okay, so looks like I'm not getting any error message. That message is from the SRS light. That's got nothing to do with that globe. So looks like it's going to work, I think. That's what that is. So I think we are in luck. All I need to do is somehow fix that LED globe into the diffuser. That's what that part's called. That's called the diffuser. Guess what? It works. I don't know how it's going to look at night. I don't know, but it works. I don't think it goes all the way around, but who cares? It's going to work. That should stand out at night, I think. So I haven't glued this on yet. As you can see, that's loose. But I'll glue that on, put some tape on to hold it on, and we're done. I can't believe it worked. Oh dear. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like tonight. I'll take a video at night time, we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so I've used a few dobs of Maxi Bond. It's sort of like a putty type stuff. It's for construction, but that'll do. Couple of bits of tape to hold it on while it dries. And I'm going to go into the garage, close the doors, and see how it looks in the dark. Wow. I mean, wow. It worked. I can't believe it. Oh, lights just went off. Hold on a sec. Let's just turn them on again. They were the courtesy lights when you turn your engine off. They last for a few minutes, and then I think that looks pretty good. For a cheap fix, didn't cost me anything. Nothing. You can't see it around the inside, but I don't know if you could before. I can't remember. But I'm quite pleased with that. For free, it didn't cost me anything. So if you want to get one of those courtesy globes, they're like a couple of dollars off eBay. I'm so happy that worked. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments. And that's not even, as you can see, it's still daylight. And that really stands out. So, very happy. Very happy. I wonder how long it'll last. At least I've got spare globes. I can just change them anytime I like. Okay. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you want to like. If you want to comment, comment. If you don't, well, don't. Okay, catch you later. Bye.